Jetzt bei McDonald's. Hol dir dein Friends-Menü mit einer von 6 exklusiven Sammelfiguren. Von Rachel bis Joey.
Na, wie geht's denn so?
Nur für kurze Zeit bei McDonald's. Nur in teilnehmenden Restaurants.
What's up, what's up? We are live, I think, I hope. Let's hope the audio's there. If you can hear us, say hi in the chat. What's up? Justus, how are you? How's your day?
I'm great. There's some delay, so we'll have to wait a little second.
Yeah.
But great to have you guys. The last demo session from Berlin, Germany. The next time we will do this, we will be far away.
How far away?
I don't know. Very long. We will be in South Africa.
For quite a while.
For quite a while. Yeah.
For 5 months, bro. It's crazy.
Will be insane. So yeah, there's the last demo session. Also, you can see that the team is quite reduced. We only have the Big W best in the world media team and Luis.
So, actually the main ones are here.
The main ones are here. No, because
kidding.
Because everyone is visiting their family. Eli and Joe. Other went home. Hopefully you will join the live stream.
Yeah.
But we will present some nice things to you. Nice week.
Yeah. So another week, another demo session. For the ones who are actually viewing this for the first time, I just quickly want to explain to you what we're doing and why we're doing this. So at Acta, we are a launchpad for companies that we want to build that serve humanity. So in other words, we have a bunch of ideas for products we want to build, and we want to build products that actually help people, to have a positive net impact on the world. And we want to build this company in public, which means we want to share all the ups, all the downs, all the data, everything basically. So it's not just behind closed doors, but actually we can show it with the world and see what it looks like. Going from zero to, a working company, we have users, we have people, loving your product and so forth. And all of these steps we want to document. And some of you might have already seen some of the reels we're doing, because we want to document this on Instagram, TikTok, all of the social channels to kind of reach people who also start to think about doing their own thing at some point. And every Friday we get together at 6:15 CET to just share, hey, what happened this week? And this is our demo session. So we share updates across the teams on the things that have been happening every single week. And truly some weeks are amazing with big updates, but also there's more normal weeks, where there's just a quick update, hey, this and that, that's the stuff we tried. And this is why we're basically doing this. And I think it's really cool to, also see the past videos that there's more people watching this than we thought, also after we, upload then the videos. And this is what we want to welcome you today. Anything I missed? Anything people should understand before we get into it?
Benedict is in the chat.
Benedict is in the chat. Benedict fucking building up. What's up? Okay, cool. Then today, I would say let's start with Reflecta. Then we talk about orgOS, and then we talk about media content. So maybe we just start sharing the screen and start with Reflecta. So Reflecta is one of the first products we're building inside of Acta, and the simple way to put it, it's an AI coach. So a lot of leaders and people work with performance coaches, which costs many euros an hour, 200, 300 euros an hour. But we want to make this accessible to everyone, because if you work with a coach, you can reach your goals faster, you understand yourself more deeply step by step, and just overall, I think, can live a more integrated life. And this is what we want to do with Reflecta. We launched a few weeks ago with the first version on web that actually by now more than 150 people tried, which is great. And our goal with this is to really help people who are high performers, who have big goals, who want to kind of do their own thing, achieve the things they really care about much quicker, because they have sort of a thinking partner to talk to. So this is the rough idea about Reflecta. And in this past week, we launched, I think, one experiment which is most interesting to share, which is a new feature that we internally also used a bit, which is called the daily momentum feature. I'm just going to show you here in the app. So this is what the web app looks like if you're trying it as a user. And down here, you see we have this journal section, we have this coach you can talk to all the time. And then also the thing we launched now is this momentum feature, which is new. And the way it works is that you go through a short 5 to 10 minute session where you talk to this coach, and the coach really pushes you to get very clear and specific on your goals and talks with you, okay, so for the next 30 days, what is actually going to happen? And after the session, we configure the screen that you see, where you have a primary metric, so you can really keep, control of how are you doing with the metric you want to improve on. And you see the sort of, 30 days in this visualization. So if you miss a day to actually make progress, you will see it here, and it will really hurt because you didn't really check in on the day. And once you have this set up, you do 2 things with the product every day. In the morning, you quickly talk to it in like 2 or 3 minutes. It asks you, hey, what's the one thing you want to do today that brings you closer to the goal you set out to achieve in the next 30 days? And then in the evening, there's another check-in where it asks you, so how did it go? And on the spot, it will also call you out if there are some things, let's say my goal is reaching 10K in MRR with Reflecta. And I'm going to share in the evening, so today I spent many hours writing an essay on why we do it and whatever. It will basically say, hey, Luis, it's all cool, but shouldn't there be something else you work on to actually make that goal a reality? So it sort of keeps you on track for the things you really care about. Sort of this accountability coach. And then over time, you will see that basically for each day, you also get a small summary. So at the end of the month, at the end of the 30 days, you can reflect, so what actually happened? And this way, I think it becomes visible for you to actually see, hey, what have you done? How can you improve? And how can you adjust also the actions again and again to reach your goal faster? We gave it to the first, I think, 5 or 6 people, which was quite nice. I had some cool conversations with them also. And so far, I think they really like the concept. By the way, also, I tried it, I gave it to both of you. What were your impressions? What were you thinking of the feature?
I think it's very, very nice, especially the summary. It gives you really the overall feedback that I want to see in a good product as well. And I just love the whole, I need to show it again. Bro, it just looks sick. Look at the traction there, the green icons. It's just so clean, bro. Oh, I love that shit. And just in general, it really helps you keep on track. And I feel like it's crazy that it will create your own metric that you can own for yourself. I think it's just nice to personalize everything for yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What was that for you?
Yeah, I missed checking in yesterday, even though I did publish a video, and that's what I checked for. It hurted because it was not a green box, but it's fine. Also, what I can say to everyone out there, what I'm getting behind the scenes is that Reflecta is getting smarter and smarter, which is a big thing for me. It's right now it's a second brain, it remembers the stuff you tend to forget. It's your conscious talking to you about the things you maybe not be aware of. So if you haven't tried it out, link is in the description or in the chat. Promotion.
Let's go.
Promotion.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. Maybe also
spam it right now.
more general on kind of what we're doing. So this is an experiment. This is not accessible to everyone yet, because right now we're still in this phase where we know, hey, people like this AI coaching thing, but they might not fully, we haven't found the right combination, the right form of the product, so you use it every single day. So this is what we're trying to find now, product market fit. And the way we want to go there is by launching an experiment like this, give it to a bunch of people. If they like it, if they really come back, then roll it out to more people, then bring it to mobile also. So there's so many things we want to make better and work on, but it's one step at a time. And I think this was a nice experiment though that we're launching this week, which I think gets us closer to PMF. And personally, I really like working with that.
And by the way, just behind the scenes look, Luis built that feature just in one day. One morning he said, bro, I have such a nice idea for a feature. Let me try it and give it to you. And then I swear 10 hours later, we saw the feature and it was amazing. So props to that guy.
It was an intense day, but this is also what we care a lot about at Acta, just pace and shipping, pace and moving forward. Cool, I think this is the most important update from Reflecta for this week. And now we're gonna move on to orgOS, which is actually a new venture we launched, we started. Maybe we can just keep the normal screen for now. I just want to quickly explain what orgOS is, and then we jump to Akshat. Well, thank you. So orgOS is the second company we now started building at Acta. And the idea behind this is that we have found a problem where, let's say, teams with 5 to 50 people sometimes struggle to organize themselves really well. And what we see in the world is that you have those direct reports and those kind of chains of commands, but a lot of companies really struggle with having a lot of clarity on who is in charge of what. And then you have this, problem of you change the Excel file every 4 weeks as the leadership, because no one really, tracks it nicely. Then you try OKRs, you try monthly goal setting, and you just try a lot of different ways to set goals in a good way. And we also have the struggle here, right? We think about the goals. And there's just one modern way to actually organize your team and your company, which is called role-based organization. And what you do there is that you actually don't think about job titles and hierarchies too much, but much rather you ask the question, hey, what do we need to do well every single week as a role for us to be successful as a company or organization? And then you maybe come up with, let's say, 10, 20, 30 roles, which all are very clearly defined with someone who's in charge of that, with a metric, with the accountabilities and so forth. And typically this is done with coaches who basically help you do this diagram to then add clarity for your team. And what we are doing with orgOS is making this accessible through a, let's say, real-time software, where you can go map out your different roles in the organization, connect them to all of the data sources you have, so you can actually have real-time tracking of kind of what is going on. Then immediately in real time, basically on the day, know, oh, this role is right now struggling a bit, we should check in with this person. So overall, helping you as a company perform much better in what you do. So it's sort of a really niche B2B idea, but this is the idea behind orgOS. And I'm gonna work on this together with Akshat, who is the founding engineer for orgOS. And this week was all about setting the foundation. And Akshat will share a bit more, it's more technical, on kind of how we're going to build this application, which technologies we use, what he figured out and how to best design it. And also a bit about AI and agentic coding, how we optimize or set up in the repos on the software project to move a lot faster with the features we ship in the speed. So this one is going to be a bit more technical, so bear with me. We try to do it in clean English. But now let's go to Akshat. And Akshat, you can just share what you've been up to. You're live now. Let's go.
Perfect. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and we are going to talk about a bit about the tech stack and the foundation. So like this week, we worked on setting up the repo and thinking of actually how we can use AI to build production grade software. So like some of the weeks or some of the projects we have worked on, we saw like, because we didn't think beforehand, what's our data fetching strategy or, some of the core things in our app look like, how data flows in our app. So we had 5 to 10 different patterns with which AI was working, and it was working on different patterns every time. So this time we thought of, okay, how do we tell AI and give it proper context so it writes the code which we want and in the pattern we want. So I spent a lot of time this week figuring out what's our strategy for fetching data from the server and displaying it on the client will look like. For this, we decided to go with TRPC. If you guys have heard of it a bit, you can Google it, but it's basically a way that will allow us to move much, much fast and write code separately. So like we clearly know looking at the project, okay, this is server code and this is our client code, and we never mix it. PR reviews get faster, and we have one proper structure which AI follows. You take a one look at code and you know, oh, okay, this AI code was not right and this AI code was right. Yeah. I can show you just a small demo here. If you guys are looking at my screen, we are also writing documentation for all of the stuff we are doing. So we understand it really better. And yeah, this is what like tank stack and TRPC stuff provides you. So here we have our flow charts and our logic broken down clearly, why we are doing this, which kind of thing you have to follow. So any of our developer, if he's struggling, he's not sure, he just looks at it and he knows. Yeah. And for the small demo, if you guys can see my screen here. Okay, so let's say we have our data here and we add a new task. In this case, what we are doing is we are sending the data to the server. Once the data is sent, we make one more request to get all the new data back from the server. So this is your classical way, the way we have done things for quite a while. But sometimes you need to fetch the data and you cannot update it directly. This is the normal way. But now these two things is where tank stack query and TRPC comes into the picture. So like in this case, suppose you update something in your app. For example, I'm marking this task 3 as done. This will send a backend request, but after that backend request completes, you will get the response. Now, once I have the response, I don't have to fetch all the data from the server again because I already have the response, unlike the first case. So I can update it directly. And this reduces our total time from 800 milliseconds. Or like in this case, it's almost similar, but in some cases it will be way less. Now we come to the best and the fastest way we can update the client. So for example, now here I change my priority. Instead of sending the data back to the, instead of waiting for the backend to complete the request, I directly update my front end. So if you will look at the priority here and here, I increase it to 2. It's immediately 2. And then my backend does the request in the background. And once it's updated, it's updated. But the user doesn't care. He just sees it immediately. And if we have errors in some cases, we can roll it back. It's not optimal for all the cases, but in some cases, it really differentiates and make our app look really premium. Yeah, that's it.
Crazy shit.
Great. Akshad, thank you so much for sharing that update. And just again to try to express it in no engineer language. If you're building an app, you need to really think about making it fast. You have a server, a backend, you have the front end. And what we want is that it feels super snappy. You click a button, immediately something happens, right? And you need to just think through the engineering challenges a bit. And now what Akshad did is lay really the foundation for us to have really snappy, fast user experience, but also secondly, optimize the entire repo we have for AI. So if we talk to an AI coding agent like Claude or Cortex or Cursor, it is much better at writing good quality code. So we don't need to do iteration after iteration after iteration to get nice code. We get nice code basically from the first prompt, which allows us to move a lot faster. So actually good job on that stuff. It's really important for us because we're still a tech company, right? We need to really think about how we best structure our repo or software development process and so forth. So yeah, thanks for that. But now the part all of you have been waiting for, the fucking media team. Let's go.
Ayo,
What has been happening?
All right, guys. So first of all, it's now the time to leave a like and leave a sub because you have to be nice to us. This was our least productive week ever, number-wise.
Number-wise, yeah, but like in general, not.
Crazy week.
Yeah.
Crazy week. Okay, so let me go quick to the stats because we need to look at the numbers. We made 1,000 new followers. Shoutouts. And grew about 7%, but we will get that over 10% for sure.
Yeah.
Last demo session we were at 11% and we got to 19%. This time we
through test reels.
Through test reels. We talked about this in one of the last demo sessions, and this is the plan for this weekend too. Even though there are some holidays here, everywhere. What the fuck? We posted 3 reels at Acta.
And we hit 1,000 Discord members, which is amazing.
Shoutouts to everyone on Discord. We officially
That's
over
crazy.
1,000 people, which is crazy.
That's amazing.
That's really amazing. And yeah, we posted 3 reels at Acta, 1 at Reflecta, which was a co-post. 0 test reels this week so far. And also
in Germany we say Schere. Scissors.
And also 2 personal reels.
Yeah.
We will get to that later.
Where's yours?
It will come this week. It will come this week. Yeah. It is on the demo session because it will come this weekend.
Speaking it into existence.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What
Visualizing the progress.
I'm visualizing it.
Yeah, but also we have 1 Acta reel in the pipeline.
Yeah.
Before we jump to any more news, it's important to say that we will fly to Cape Town in 3 days. So
On
there was
Monday.
a lot of preparation done, buying equipment, getting everything packed. So you had not that much of content from us.
And guys,
Very
spent
sorry.
20 hours on one reel, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
But the quality.
The quality is sick.
Should we show it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We can show it. Also,
just try it.
it's the worst performing reel we posted so far, with what you spent the most time on it. But if you ever make content, it's always like this.
Yeah,
So
it's always like that.
Yeah, let's look at it.
Not just the brain. It's a 2500 terabyte memory card, operating 10 million times faster than a laptop, taking in hundreds of megabytes of information every second, but you use it for this. That's because your caveman brain loves comfort. You run away from your problems, hide behind the screen, give up on your decisions, ambitions and goals in life just for a few hours of mindless scrolling. But if there are still some dreams left, you could make it up. See, if this is your brain's capacity, you use 70% to keep the system running, 5% to move, and 15% to sense, which leaves us with only 10% of energy left for focus, self-control, and thinking. Wait, where did the 10% go? Bro, not again. Stop running away from your problems. Face them. This is not just a brain. It's
Amazing.
2,500 terabyte.
I love that race so much, but unfortunately it performed very bad.
Yeah, we love it.
But-
you guys don't. It's okay.
But I think the very important part is also that we found a lot of founders in the comments. So it was very niche down, and I think it's always a statement piece that we just need to get out of,
System.
yeah,
Yeah.
post on the Acta account.
If you go.
you want to talk?
What do you
No,
think?
you go.
What do you think?
Oh, you go. What did you
Okay, no. Because I want to head off to the next point. One insight to everyone making content. It's not always about the views you get. It's about the output of the video, which is not only the views. And which brings us to a very good point that we did this week. My Überleitungen are crazy. We did some new things. On Monday we sat together with Luis and we talked about splitting up the focus, because so far we only had Acta on the social media side. Chris and me focused on the videos, on the Discord and everything else, but now there's Reflecta, and Reflecta is growing so fast that we now can get the first users in. You can check out the app, share your thoughts with him. And so we sat down and thought that we split up. One person of us has the goal of reaching the numbers at Acta, and one has to reach the number on Reflecta. So
That's the goal for the next 30 days.
that's the goal for the next 30 days. If you want to help us push these numbers, you can either sign up for Reflecta through the link in the bio or follow us on Acta so we get closer to the numbers.
Reflecta.so. Reflecta.so.
Yeah, Jesus.
Very nice. And by the way, if we are not hitting that goals, we need to run 50k.
Yes, we will die.
Yeah.
But
So,
we
bro,
will make
36k followers. Please go on now,
We will
right
make
now.
it, we will
Follow and sign up, please.
We will make it for sure. But we want to push it. We will not push this session too long, even though
Yeah.
media is the best. We also pushed.
the arrogance in your voice, bro.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
important.
It's really encouraging, you know.
We also posted our private reels. So if you ever want to see some behind the scenes over the next 30 weeks,
Justus Schoch, @Justus Schoch.
exactly,
Right?
and Chris Lindberg.
Chris Lindberg.
Yeah.
With 2G.
Yeah, with 2G.
Okay,
Good game.
that was it from the social media department side.
The best side.
Yeah.
No. One more thing on that. Just one more thought. So, of course, so why do we do social media? Why do we document stuff, right? We want to, on the one hand, we have basically 3 goals. The first one, we want to find people who would love to join us, right? Because in the end, you can only build a great company with great people. And we just see if we really share openly what we do every time, it really reaches the right people. We get, I think, every day 5 to 10 messages, I think, from people who want to join. And this is just amazing. In the future, if we want to grow more, that we have those people. The second thing is also getting users. You know, we're building a product that we think really helps people out there. And finding those people, getting the word out really matters. We can only help them if we find a way to reach them. So this is the second thing. And the third one, though, is also to inspire and teach along the way. Because oftentimes maybe you're a founder or wannabe founder and you think about, hey, how does it actually look like in like a startup? Like, how do you think about fundraising? How do you go to product market fit? What is product market fit? All this sort of stuff. And I think this combination now put together, we of course look at the numbers because they show us how much of a good job we do. But what we always say internally is view is not equal to view. There could be a view from a meme, funny video and you get many likes and it looks amazing. But then think about the people who saw that. Will they remember what you're actually about just 5 minutes later? Chances are probably not, because it was just a funny, brain rot reel in your algorithm. At the same time, if you have a reel that really stands for itself, that really touches you in a way where you're really like, wow, this is dope, I want to see more, this is much more of a higher quality view. So we don't think about view equal to view. There is a difference in it, how important the view is. And this is even though, the number wasn't that great in the views, still a lot of good resonance. I got, I think, 3 or 4 friends who messaged me like, holy shit, guys, you are really creating amazing content. And this is also a commitment for Acta. We want to do our best work. And this just shows to everyone in the world, hey, we're doing our best work. We're really caring about the details that we put into the things we create. So just in the context there.
Still a long way to go
Yeah.
on the content side.
Cool. I think that wraps it up for this week. We'll be on our way on Monday to Cape Town, and then probably do the next weekly demo session live from Cape Town. How are you? Are you excited for the trip? What is your feeling?
Definitely, bro. I'm so excited for the trip. I mean, I'm as well very excited for the flight first.
Yeah.
Because we still have to set up a few things, but in general,
I'm actually excited for Joe during the flight. I think Joe will have a great flight.
I think so too. Yeah. I don't know. For some reason, I think he will have a great flight. Shout out to Joe. He's a very special person.
Yeah. So if you guys have any more questions, I saw one in the chat. Luis?
Sorry. Yeah, I was just reading if there's any questions.
No. But if you...
The next live stream in Cape Town is going to be sick because we will have probably a skyline, hopefully. A bit.
The skyline,
It's a bit of
skyscrapers in Cape Town.
There are skyscrapers.
I still have
Not as high, but there are skyscrapers.
Okay.
Like Frankfurt.
Well.
Anyways, if you have any more questions for Reflector or...
Reflecta.so, sign up.
Yeah, push the numbers. I need to hit 500. No, but if you have any questions,
Go follow
for the
at
media
Acta.
team, if you want to connect with some people or join us or anything else, all the information you find always on the Discord or on our socials.
And as well, always unfollow Luis.
Yeah, because we don't want to do much for him.
See you next time. Bye.
More for
Bye.
Acta.
Bye.